he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
What it do? Butterfly. How's it going, brother?
It's going well, man. Terry, you make me happy. And you know what makes me really happy, Terry? Basketball is back in the news. I thought it was going to be a slow week. I thought we weren't going to have any basketball talk until September, October, at the end of that. But no. News that shattered the NBA landscape dropped last night, Terry. Dealer Danny Ainge finally cashed his chips in and sent Donovan Mitchell to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Lauri Markkanen, Colin Sexton, Ochai Agbaji, their rookie first-round pick, 3 unprotected first-round picks, and 2 additional pick swaps. Now, Terry, we see that you're wearing your Jason Kidd Knicks jersey.
The best Knick of all time.
If you don't count Pablo Prigioni and a bunch of other guys. So before we even get into his fit on Cleveland, if this is a good trade for Utah, just tell me, as a guy who thought you were getting him this entire summer, how are you feeling?
I'm in a glass case of emotions, brother. I don't know how to feel, to be honest with you. First of all, for all my Spotify and Apple listeners, you can't see what I'm currently wearing. I got my Star Shades on. I got my Jason Kidd jersey on. Knicks jersey, that is. The Cleveland Cavaliers stole him. They stole him in the middle of the night away from the Knicks. But I understand why we didn't give him away. I really do. Because for years and years and years, and I think we've learned, through this fucking Carmelo Anthony trade, giving away 3 first-round picks, that's steep, bro. And Donovan Mitchell is really good, but if the Nets and other teams in that Nets trade for Kevin Durant aren't trying to give away 3 first-round picks for Kevin Durant, you shouldn't do the same shit for Donovan Mitchell. Subpar top 10 guys or fringe top 10 dudes, I'm not trying to give up 3 picks. I'm not trying to give up RJ Barrett. I would have given you Quickly, Toppin, and maybe Grimes, and maybe 1 first-round pick. But if you're giving away 3 young players and 3 first-round picks, that's the whole farm system, dog. You can't give up that much youth. You cannot do that shit. If you want to stay relevant, you can have the Knicks be good for 2-3 years, maybe tops. But they'd be in talks of being a 4-5 seed. You don't give up a farm to be a 4-5 seed. You give up a farm to win a championship. Donovan Mitchell, unfortunately, with the backcourt mate that he would have, which would be Jalen Brunson, that's not going to do it. That's not a championship backcourt. That's not enough, bro. So, I'm cool with it. I'm definitely cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I want a legitimate star. Hopefully we can get somebody in the future, but Donovan just isn't that guy. I really didn't want him that bad. I'm not worried about it. Hopefully we'll do this whole Knicks get somebody in free agency thing again. But
I'm sure we will, Terry.
Yeah,
I'm positive that we will.
That's my TED talk on the Knicks not getting Donovan. Not that big a deal. It is what it is. It's whatever. I'm not super worried about it. Just fucking play Cam Reddish and I'll be happy. But
No, you play Cam Reddish, then I'll be happy. Terry, it's a marvel how quickly you've already managed to rationalize this and flip the other direction. But, this is what all of us do as fans, looking on the bright side of things and seeing the silver lining in the clouds. Not 2 months ago, you told me we got to do whatever it takes to get the first all-star point guard in the last 25 years of Knicks history. You guys haven't had a guard worth of shit in a quarter of a century.
Long time.
And now we turned down the opportunity to take a 24-year-old who's entering his prime, who loved the city, who the whole reason we hired Leon Rose and Worldwide West was to be able to get guys like this, not guys like Jalen Brunson. That's not why they got hired to be president of basketball operations, so they could get Jalen Brunson. It was to get guys like Donovan Mitchell. And
I hear you.
They're going to roll the ball out with, Obi Toppin and Julius Randle and RJ Barrett, two of those guys were 3 of the most inefficient scorers in the entire NBA last season.
Facts.
So, frankly, as a Knicks fan, it's like, now that we didn't include RJ in the deal, we're talking about him like he's Froby. But if he was in the deal and you were getting Mitchell back, you'd be like, listen, man, he needed the ball in his hands. He's not that long of a defender. He probably wouldn't have worked with him. He can't really shoot. He's a terrible finisher at the rim. He turns the ball over a lot. Don't take a bunch of bad shots in Utah with Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah. Nah. It has to be one or the other. If you want RJ Barrett, that's cool. But I can't give you RJ Barrett and 3 first-round picks. Like, that's not happening. Not even 2. It's either 1 first-rounder in RJ or just first-round picks and no RJ. You can't get.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry. Rewind the tape, Terry.
What?
You can't reset the market. Like, Deshaun Watson already got $250 million. You're not going to be able to pay Lamar Jackson $180 anymore. It's done.
Bro. Shout out to the Browns.
Yeah, but by the same token, we already saw teams trade 5 picks for Rudy Gobert. We've seen teams trade 5 picks for Dejounte Murray. Like, this is the going rate for a superstar in the NBA. And saying, like, we're not going to go more than 2 picks. Well, great. You're just not going to get a superstar. I hope you draft well.
Donovan Mitchell is a superstar?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nah, bro. I can't go for it, bro. No defense. He gives me no defense.
How many all right, at minimum a star. I mean, but how many guys have, like, in the league currently have multiple 50-point playoff games on their resume?
Not a lot of people.
And he has it before the age of 25.
Yeah, but he let Jamal Murray score 52. I'm saying he's offensively great, but he let Jamal Murray. Like, Jamal Murray is cool, bro. He's a decent player, really good, like, fine. He's fine. 50 points, bro, in a playoff atmosphere? Get out of here, bro. I love Donovan. I do, but he's not worth that much. Rudy Gobert wasn't worth that much, but I'm not the owner of the fucking Timberwolves, dog. That's not on me.
Everything's
crazy.
Everyone has their own value, though, in their own separate context. Like, I do agree with you. I don't think 5 picks of the Knicks would be worth it, just to be totally honest.
No.
I do think 5 picks for the Cavs is going to be worth it. Because look at the Cavaliers' core. The picks that they're going to be giving away are not going to be premier picks.
No.
You look at the Cavs roster, Jared Allen is 24 years old.
I love it.
Evan Mobley is 21. Darius Garland is 22. Mitchell is 25 years old. This is not a team that is going to be picking in the, first 7 picks or like valuable lottery picks that you're giving up in the next 5 years. This is a team that's expected to go at least to the second round of the playoffs. So for them, it's not like we're missing out on Wembanyama by giving these picks up. But what they did do is they solidified a core of 4 all-star level players that are all 25 years old or below.
Nah, I mean, like, I understand the trade for them, and I actually really like the trade for them. I mean, it is also a small backcourt, but they also have Evan Mobley and they have Jared Allen, like you just said. And what they were giving up, 2028 and 2000, like, weren't the picks like way down in the future? The first round picks? Like,
are they? I didn't think they were.
I thought the picks were like way in the future. Like, I heard this one dude, he was like, one of the picks is when Bronny is going to be 4 years into the NBA. Like, why would who gives a fuck about 2028 or 2027? It's 2000.
Danny Ainge is out here trying to stay employed, Terry. He's like, listen, you're not going to be able to judge my tenure as GM until Bronny is on his 2nd contract.
Yeah. Bro, let me tell you something right now. I don't give a shit about 2027 and 2028. Like, you can have those. If I'm the Cavs, because the Cavs expect to be good from here until then. Like, they're going to be good for a long time. If you have 4 studs, and I think Donovan Mitchell already signed his extension, if I'm not mistaken, like maybe last year.
Yeah, he's under contract. I think he comes up 2026.
Yeah, so he's good. They really only have to worry about Garland and Mobley, and then Jared Allen's contract I was going to come up before theirs. So they're going to have time.
They just redid him last year.
Yeah, so you're good. They got time. They're gonna be good. They're scary, bro. Now, as of right now, that probably makes them 4 to 5 seed because the Celtics and the Sixers and the Heat are still really good. And, Atlanta re-upped on some guys too. So, like, some of these teams are decent, but I kind of like what they did. It makes sense for them. It really does. Because when you lose LeBron James twice, that really fucks you up. So I'm glad that they, like, got some guys that can help them, coming up in the future. Cleveland deserves something because their fans they're the definition of fans. Like, they're fanatical. They're absolutely insane, but,
Well, you're absolutely right, Terry. Cleveland deserves more than just a mile-long line of porta potties and tasteless food. So hopefully this will be something that they can really hang their hat on for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
But to your point, Terry, you're going to need 2 uber athletic mobile 7-footers when your 2 guys out there tasked with guarding on the perimeter are both 6'1".
But Donovan Mitchell has a wingspan that's 7 feet tall. I thought he could get out of here. But no, you're right. Because Darius Garland, at least he's young enough where you can be like, still try to teach him that defense matters. Donovan Mitchell, I think that ship has sailed. That ship has sailed, bro. Because if you don't play defense in the playoffs, when he was a 1 seed, you know what I'm saying? The Jazz were the fucking 1 seed when he was giving up these 50 shit to Denver, bro. So, or no, I'm tripping.
No, that was another year.
But they were like
I want to say
they were like top 5 at least. If you're top 5 and you're just like giving up 50-point games, you ain't got the mentality. It's just not there. Under Quinn Snyder at that. So,
right.
What are we doing here? Come on now.
Hey, I love 6'10" wingspan. 6'10" wingspan.
I love them. It's going to be interesting. I will watch them on League Pass a lot this year, though. I want to see what the fuck's going on with them. And they stole a little bit of time away from the NFL during the offseason.
Yeah.
Clap it up for the NBA.
I love that. Clap that.
For the NBA.
I will say about the Cavs this year, like, I'm bullish on their prospects over the next decade or 8 years, with this nucleus.
I'll give them
but
6.
This season's not going to be nothing. They don't have a small forward on their roster who can play in the NBA. Like, just straight up.
That's gonna be tough, bro.
They're gonna be starting what's your name out there on the perimeter who they just picked in the lottery 2 seasons ago, who can't shoot out of UVA.
Oh my God. I don't know. Somebody. You telling me they can't get Robert Covington from fucking, like, you can't get a 3 and D? I feel like small forward ain't that bad. They can't pick up anybody?
Yeah. They don't have nobody, bro.
Miles Bridges.
This is embarrassing that I can't remember his name, but he's literally the worst shooter in the entire NBA, worse than Russell Westbrook.
Worse than Ben Simmons?
No, because he will attempt shots. So, also he plays basketball in the NBA, which it's uncertain whether Ben Simmons will ever do again in his life.
Okay, gotcha. Hey,
his name is evading me, but the point remains that with Lauri Markkanen going out the other way in this deal, that was like a big reason why they were successful last year, is they could play huge lineups with 3 7-footers on the court at once. And with Markkanen's ability to shoot from 3 and post up smaller players, that really was the second option of their offense. Like, Jared Allen's not doing nothing but dunking. Evan Mobley, had a promising facilitating game, but wasn't a shoot first guy. And they really had no other way to, like, drum up offense other than Garland pick and rolls. So that was like a huge part of their identity last season. And now they just have a gigantic, like, less than nothing here, less than a hole, like a hugely negative player who can't dribble, pass, or shoot, or finish at the rim on offense. So if you're going to be playing 4-on-5, it doesn't matter how good your 4 are. This is the NBA. You're not going past the first round.
What about Karis LeVert? Can he play?
He can't play 3. He's talk about he's a terrible defender. And if you're going to have those 3 on the court together, that's disaster.
Isaac Okoro?
That's who I'm talking about. That's the guy who sucks, who can't shoot for shit.
Okay. Gotcha.
At a UVA.
Chetty Osman? Little Chetty?
Yeah. Also not a small forward. Like, this is getting rough.
He's 6'7", though. Hey, it looks like he's gonna have to play the small forward.
They're gonna have to make a move, bro. If they want to, they're gonna have to make a move, or this is gonna like just torpedo their season. Their lack of players on the wing. It's very interesting. They built their roster like it was like 1990 or 1988, where it's like we need to have a point guard and a center.
No, you said it right.
The foundation.
90s. This is some 90s era bullshit, and they're getting bullied on the block. By the way, these little tiny boys, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. I don't know. Watch out. Oh, because I mean, like, I saw Embiid put Jared Allen inside of the rim. So, as far as like, I love Jared Allen and his like rim protecting and all that, but you're gonna have to beef up a little bit, just slightly. I don't want you inside of the rim. I mean, come on, bro. This isn't an animated show, my guy. You're a real person. Don't get balled up and get put inside the fucking basket, bro. Come on.
Just go the other way. This is not real life. Turn into Stretch from NBA Street Volume 2 and just start catching all the dunks with one hand.
Right. I don't know. I like it for the Cavs.
Hey, well, let's talk about this from Utah's perspective. You know, Dealer Danny finally cashes in his star asset. Brian Windhorst reports months ago what is going on in Utah.
Yeah.
And finally, it's all been resolved. Gobert is gone. Mitchell is gone. Jordan Clarkson is looking around in the land of lakes, looking for somebody to go fucking tubing with. There's nobody around.
Yeah. he'll go somewhere.
What do you think about like this haul for Dealer Danny getting 5 picks? Is this the trade that you would have made?
Yeah. Anybody who's gonna give me 3? Anybody's giving me 3 first-round picks, I'll take it. And taking away assets from me, I'll definitely take that. The Jazz are going to be shit. The Thunder are going to be shit. And Orlando's probably going to be bad. You know, it's a race to get that boy, that Frenchman. That's 7'2" or 7'1", however tall he is. You know, Kevin Durant or whatever, whoever they want to, you know, compare him to. It's a race to get him. So I like it from him. But if they end up getting, like, the 3rd-round pick, you know, like – it's all for nothing. It's all for nothing. Nobody remembers that shit. When teams tank, like the Bobcats tanked for Anthony Davis and ended up with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. So in this situation, if you don't get Victor Wembanyama, fire this motherfucker. I don't care if you have 27 first-round picks. If they're all garbage, it's all for nothing. I get it. Your team wasn't good enough to go anywhere. You know, you had your one season where y'all were a 1 or 2 seed. I can't remember. But you got to do what you got to do. If your team's not good, give away your guys.
I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done this deal.
Why? Why not?
I don't like this deal for Utah. Like we talked about earlier, these picks that they're getting back are not going to be premium picks. Like this team is going to be a team with fucking 4 All-Stars on it. Like, I don't know what. These are not going to be Victor Wembanyama prospects that you're getting in return from this deal. These are going to be like rotation players, possibly. So, the oldest saying in the NBA, 4 quarters don't make a dollar. Well, they just gave Danny like fucking 15 dimes. And they're like, go to the bubblegum machine, Danny, see what you can get.
All right. So let's think of a time when there was a team that was similar to the Cavs. In this situation, Oklahoma City Thunder, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. I think they were completely shit. Ooh, how long you think? About 5 years? They had KD and Russell for about 5, and James Harden.
Nah.
With 5 years, they were pretty good. Durant left, they kept Russell, then they signed Paul George and Melo, but they were like around like a 6 seed. In a situation, if I'm the Cavs, you know, it's hard to predict 6 years into the future, but I don't know if it's so easy to say this team is going to be great in 6 or 7 years. You know, it's not that easy.
All they got to do is not fuck it up, Terry. All these guys are on great deals. The cap is about to go up. Like, max players are going to be making $75 million in 2 seasons. All these guys are young on fucking great deals. And if you need to, like, you can easily flip Jared Allen for a 3, who's good. Like, and just start Mobley at the 5. Like,
but it's
down the line, they don't have to run it back with this foursome exactly for the next decade. They can tweak it and be like, oh, maybe we only keep 2 of these guys and we swap the other 2 out for like a truly 1A type of guy or Anthony Davis or something like that. Like, who knows? I'm just saying. They have the like silver bullets in the chamber that they can now. They got a lot of ammunition for the next decade.
They got something, but I think I don't know what they need to do, bro. But you gotta do either guard Embiid or you guard Jason Tatum. Which one do you do?
Hey, you tell Mobley go do it both.
All right, man. We'll see, man. Like I'm saying, though, it's hard to predict 6 years into the future with all this NBA player movement, bro. I don't know if these picks are going to be that bad. I get why you think Utah's situation is kind of shit because it's so far in the future, but in 6 years from now, the Cavs may be garbage again. And it's Cleveland Cavaliers, bro. They've been garbage for way more than they've been good. So I'm not going to
listen, man. It's about to be Cavaliers West in Utah. I can't wait to turn on League Pass so I can watch Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson fight over the ball for 48 minutes on a team that's going to win 18 games.
Yeah.
It's going to be truly spectacular to watch, Terry.
So
you remember when Kevin Love was like throwing the ball at his teammates' heads like a mile an hour?
It's one of the best clips I've ever seen in my life. Yeah.
We're going to see that this season in Utah. Bogdanovich is going to fucking lose it. Mike Conley is going to retire from basketball. Like,
I don't know,
they're not going to be able to handle the two-headed monster that is Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson.
We'll see, bro. We'll see. Like I said, though, I think it's going to be easier to get a 3 that can play defense than it is to get another big that can kind of handle like this Jokic Embiid type of shit that we got going on right now. So I don't know. I think they can get a defensive 3. I'm not too worried about it.
Hold on. Let me just ask you a question real quick.
What?
Who can handle Jokic and Embiid?
No one.
So there's no one in the league that I'd give these guys up for. Nobody can guard them. Everyone's getting put in a fucking basket by them.
So keep Jared Allen. Why would you give him away? Don't leave him. Keep him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, you're so concerned about these guys getting pushed in the basket. It's like everyone in the league gets pushed under the basket by Embiid.
I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned about it. I just don't think they should go out there and try to flip him for a 3. Like, if you can keep Embiid to 35, that's cool. If you get like a replacement big,
I'm talking about down the line. Down the line. Let's say you could flip Garland and Jared Allen for Jaylen Brown, or like some premier fucking like actual superstar wing. Like, you do it. You fucking do that, Trey.
How many superstar wings are there though that are young? And they gave away a kid that can shoot the lights out too in Abaji. I don't really love it, but you got to do what you got to do.
You got to give those motherfuckers something. You just can't give them the 22nd pick in 2028 and think that's going to get the deal done for Donovan.
I get it.
But Terry, while deals were being done in the NBA across the pond, they were wrapping up in Europe as the transfer market closed last night.
Wrap it up.
Thursday at midnight, Greenwich Mean Time. Terry, there were 2 teams that really stood out this transfer season, Chelsea and Barcelona. Chelsea spent over $300 million on their squad this year, acquiring Raheem Sterling, Kalidou Koulibaly, Mark Cucurella, Wesley Fofana, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Dennis Zakaria, Gabi Zolina, excuse me, shout out to America right there, Cesar Casadei, and Carney Chukwuemeka. All right. Nice. I need the bouncing ball for that last one, Terry. Definitely need the
throat after saying that. Hell yeah.
I need a Kleenex. So, Terry, a summation of over $300 million spent, mostly on defense.
They needed it.
Out of this group, who do you see like making the biggest impact for Chelsea this season?
Oh man, that's the easy question. That's Koulibaly, of course. That's the easy one for them. I think it's a no-brainer. They needed to spend this money on defense because they gave away they gave away Lukaku. When you can give away top 15 striker in the world,
who you spent $100 million on 18 months ago,
that's big facts. But like, if you can give away somebody like that, that means you're not worried about offense. You know what I'm saying? You're not worried about contributions towards the goal. You're not worried about goals. You're not worried about assists. They were always worried about that defensive end. And for as great as Tuchel is as a coach, you can't just throw out anybody and be like, all right, we're going to hold these guys to 3 goals and we'll probably win 4-3. That's not happening a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? Thiago Silva was old as fuck. Alonso was old. Azpilicueta was old and still old. I think Barca has him now, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Nah, he re-upped. He re-upped. Yep.
He's still old. So it's like they still kind of, even though Koulibaly is the star, and they signed a bunch of other defenders that were decent, even though besides Koulibaly, those guys aren't great, it is nice to have like at least a solid like backup or a lot of rotational defenders that you can kind of throw in and keep fresh. If you got fresh defenders at a top level, I'll take that. You know, with their offensive power, I think they're going to be okay. Now, watching the first 5 games of the season, it's not looking great, but they're still a really good team. You know, so I like what they did. I like their moves.
Yeah. Is Thomas Tuchel the only manager who would get a $300 million transfer budget and spend $275 million on a one position group? Defense?
No,
like
Pep.
Everyone else in the world, I feel like, oh, Pep, yeah, he'd spend all on outside backs that he converts to center midfielders.
Just ask Pep how hard it is to find defenders. Defenders just don't come at a premium, bro. It's defending ain't easy, bro. You know this.
Well, they're going to have 5 good ones this season between Thiago Silva, Koulibaly, Wesley Fofana, who people may not know as much about from Leicester, but is a hyper-athletic, skilled center back, kind of in the Jules Kounde vein that they wanted to get, but like not as a talented a version, I would say. So, excuse me, you got Cucurella on the left, you know what I mean?
He's
you
good.
got
He's
Fofana left center back. You got Thiago center back. You got Koulibaly right center back. And then you got Reece James as your right wing back. Like, on paper, that should be the best defense in the world.
It's a good
straight
team.
up, which we know is the foundation for Tuchel's teams. But on the other end, dude, your solution, the guy that you're putting all the chips on for your whole season is Aubameyang. A guy who couldn't get minutes at Arsenal like literally 8 months ago. He couldn't get a game for Arsenal. He goes to Barcelona, scores 12 goals, and now this is the guy that you're going to hinge your whole season to?
No.
The only striker on a team, Terry, they're out here. What are their last 5 games? Did they score 2 goals in a single one of these 5 games?
In the last 5 games?
I don't think they've scored 2.
One of those games. They beat Leicester, and they had a red card, and they still won. But they scored 0.
Their offense has been absolutely anemic. It's been terrible.
I don't know about all that, but I get you. I get what you're saying. It's tough, though. It's tough.
Listen, man, when you have a squad that's worth $1 billion and you're averaging less than a goal a game, that's not ideal, Terry. I don't care how defensively solid you are at the back. You're going to need to be able to score goals going forward. And the part that they were missing, like if you watch Chelsea, they create all types of fucking chances.
Finishing.
With, it's the finishing. And what the fuck is Aubameyang? He's not an elite finisher. Like, he's an elite movement guy. He gets behind the defense. But is he going to be out here like Lewandowski? Absolutely not.
No.
So to spend this much money, you better be like a top 4 team in the world.
I don't know, man.
I don't think they're going to be it. I don't think they have enough going forward this season.
I think
the lack of attack and firepower and clinical nature in front of goal is going to be their undoing.
I think the opposite, bro. I think they're going to be all right, man. Offensively, I think they're going to be fine. Like, look, do you need a top flight striker? Yes. But if you got 8 guys that can, finish okay, I think you're going to be all right, man. I think you're going to be okay. Like Havertz, Sterling, Pulisic, Aubameyang, Werner.
None of these guys can finish besides Pulisic.
I mean, they get enough goals to win.
Sterling can't finish. Havertz can't finish. Aubameyang struggles with his finishing.
But you got it. Like the system, the defensive system works too, bro. Like it's like in a way.
We know the defensive system is solid. We know that that back 5 is going to be fucking solid. We know that, especially with Conte in front of them, giving them cover. Like, we know that Stamford Bridge is going to be a fortress and it's going to be hard as fuck to score there. But are they going to be able to score there? That's what I'm worried about.
I don't know, man. Look, bro, I think they're going to be all right. They're kind of piggybacking what City did. City never really had a striker until now, besides Aguero. Aguero was like a beast. But, like, the last couple seasons, they didn't really have like a guy that could get him a bunch of goals. They were just like, look, we're going to create a bunch of chances, and we'll probably end up scoring 1 or 2 a game. But defensively, we got to lock it down. Do it. It worked for City.
Man.
It can work for Chelsea.
It's like yin and yang, the two different approaches to team building with a lot of money this summer. Because we talked at the top about the two teams that stood out were Barcelona and Chelsea. Now, Barcelona also spent a ton of money this summer. They had, I think, 14 players leave the club, and they brought in another 8 or 9. Pretty much changed up their entire roster. Yeah. But unlike Chelsea, they did not spend it all on defense. In fact, they went the other way, thoroughly invest in their attack, saying we're going to keep the ball and outscore teams, and the best way to play defense is by keeping the soccer ball. So they added Robert Lewandowski,
fantastic signing,
best striker in the world, for only $40 million.
Fantastic signing.
Rafinha from Leeds United, one of the most promising wingers in the world and a premier attacking talent, for $60 million. Jules Koundé from Sevilla for $50 million, the most coveted center back prospect in the world.
Great signing.
Pablo Torre from Racing Santander, a young prospect, for $5 million. Andreas Christensen, Frank Kessie, Hector Bellerin, and Marcus Alonso, all for free. All for free. So, another team that spent a ton of money, but they went the other way, bro. If they're like, we'll worry about that defense with free guys, Marcus Alonso, Hector Bellerin, Andreas Christensen, Frank Kessie. They spent money on Koundé, but they definitely allocated their money much more towards the attacking options. How do you think that approach will bear fruit in La Liga, a much different league than the Premier Leagues that Chelsea is competing in?
Man, I think it'll work for their league. I think in your own league, like La Liga, you'll be fine. But in these other leagues, Champions League, they're not in. Are they? They're not in Champions League, right? They're in.
They are. They're in the group of death with Inter Milan and Bayern Munich.
Oh yeah. How the fuck did they get in the Champions League again? You got top 2, right? Or top 4 or whatever? Okay.
Top 2.
I can't believe y'all did that either. Y'all were so bad last year.
Especially we were in fucking 11th place.
Yeah. That was insane. Shout out to Xavi, bro. One of the best coaching jobs I've ever seen in my life. But I don't know if this is going to work for y'all like it did for Chelsea, bro. I really don't. Because, like you like to say, that Chelsea did a bad job and they should have got some attacking players. Now, Chelsea scored the 3rd most goals in the Premier League last year. So I don't think they really had that big of a problem. Like we like to thought that they did. They scored 76 fucking goals. All right. Liverpool and Man City scored 90 each. 76 ain't bad. I'll take it. Barcelona, on the other hand, with a good
their primary 2 forwards are gone.
We ain't worried about it.
They're both gone.
Lukaku barely played. Not worried about that shit at all. The thing for Barcelona was we always talked about their defense. They gave up a shitload of goals, and they didn't really score a lot on the other end. Now, Lewandowski, that's top class. You can already see he's scoring a shitload of goals for Barcelona. That's easy. And you were kind of questioning it. I was like, don't question it for a second. Sign that motherfucker right away. He works perfect. La Liga's not the greatest league in the world, but technically it's great, so he's going to work there. I'm still worried about this defense, bro. You should have signed somebody. You got to get me
worried about it. We did. We got Jules Koundé.
We'll see how it goes. I don't know how I feel about it. We'll see how it goes. Who's beside
Chelsea?
him,
We're about to chase. Chelsea were trying to buy him for $75 million, more than Buffon,
bro. But you only signed him. You giving away you have no right back.
Hey, that's not true. We got Bellerin, who we just got for right back. We got Marcus Alonso, who we just got for left back. We got Andreas Christensen for center back. That's literally reinforcements at every level. Are they better? I'm sorry. Are they better than Sergino Dest and Sergi Roberto?
So it's fine that they're better. It's fine that they're better than those guys. But if you're going from a penny to a nickel, is that great? You got a bunch of rejects, bro. You got all rejects beside one guy that's really good. It's going to be a frustrating year again for the defense. The other signings, I think I liked a lot. but you weren't able to keep Traore. I think that was a fucking problem. I think that was a big problem. I really think you should have kept him, bro. He's just good for y'all. Don't even look at me like that. You need bench guys. You're starting to
listen.
Okay,
He was very exciting, and we definitely needed him last season.
You need to change the pace.
Well, listen, man. Ansu Fati is back, dude. He's not hurt anymore. Dembele is back. He hasn't been hurt in a full calendar year. Ferran Torres has been bought in the winter window.
Still got the
Rafinha was brought in this summer. Memphis is gonna have his first preseason with his actual coach, and then on top of all that, we brought in Robert Lewandowski. There's just no room for him. Like, you had to go.
So you're thinking first place?
Yeah, 100%.
We'll see, but I will say this.
100%.
I think you can get first place, and I also think you can probably give up the most goals for a first place team. I'll say that. That's all I'll say. I think you'll be okay in La Liga.
I think people really don't realize, and we're going to get to this guy right after this, but I don't think people realize how horrific Sergino Dest was at Barcelona.
He's a horrible defender. He's a horrible defender.
Putting him on an island next to Gerard Piqué was the decision that doomed Ronald Koeman and his coaching career probably for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Like, the pieces that we had last season, playing Eric Garcia, Piqué, Dest, and Alba on the back line together, that cannot be compared to the options that we have now. If nothing else, Marcus Alonso is not retarded. Like, he's going to be better than Jordi Alba was. Plus, we have a youth guy who's coming up who they think is going to start over Jordi this whole season. So Marcus Alonso, he's really going to be like the third choice left back. You know what I mean? Just providing cover. Can you provide cover for when Eric Garcia decides not to play defense and just wants to be Rafa Marquez playing long balls all game? Sure. Hector Bellerin, you're replacing a guy who had no idea how to play soccer at this level in Sergino Dest, and then another guy who's a center midfielder masquerading as a right back in Sergio Roberto, who hasn't been able to cut a right back in 7 years. So, like, you could say these guys are on a free, and are we really upgrading from, like, a nickel to a dime? I would say we're going from a farthing to a dime, Terry. And that's a big difference.
Nah, it is. Hopefully the season is going to be well for y'all, man. It's just – I think your true test is tomorrow versus Sevilla. That's when I can really see what's going to go down for your season. Because you played 3 kind of shitty teams, and I'm tying Rayo – whoever the fuck, however you pronounce their name.
Vallecano.
Yeah. Tying them 0-0. I didn't like it. So we'll see how this Sevilla test goes.
First game of the season, we still had like 7 players who we had yet to sell in the next 4 days. Yeah. Barcelona. We had multiple players we couldn't register. Man. Terry, that does bring up my other point about Barcelona. Like, a lot of the attention this summer went to all the guys they brought in.
Yeah.
But to me, equally impressive was the amount of players that they managed to get off their bloated wage bill, or just sell outright to other clubs.
It's one of the
they sold Felipe Coutinho for $20 million.
Yeah,
they sold Pierre Aubameyang for $15 million. Ferran Jukla $5 million. Mingueza $5 million. They got Ricky Puig off the wage bill, Braithwaite off the wage bill, Neto off the wage bill, Wagyu off the wage bill, Ray Minaj off the wage bill. They sent Trincao to Sporting. They sent him back. They got Sergino Dest, got his wage off the wage bill, sent him to AC Milan with a $20 million option to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Abdi Azuli's on loan at Osasuna. Collado. Samuel Umtiti has been bought by Lecce. Like,
they finally got the meme. He's gone.
Yes, they got rid of him. Like, this is what I'm saying, Terry. As impressive as it was getting all these blue chip, like, young guys who we theoretically should have been outbid for by the likes of Chelsea and other big spenders this summer, they also managed to get rid of, like, all the fucking dead weight on the roster. This summer has been an absolute masterclass by Barcelona.
Oh, I mean, your boy was on the sticks. He was on the sticks rebuilding the team. Like, I haven't even seen a YouTube video rebuild of, like, the Arizona Cardinals shit. Like, bro, my man is just wheeling and dealing, bro. It's absolutely unbelievable. But we'll see how it goes, bro.
what is that? 14 players out, 9 players in.
That's
23 changes to the team.
That's a FIFA 23 rebuild. Like that's some different shit, man. That's video.
You know, on FIFA where you can like if you are like a high enough level, you can request like a financial takeover.
Oh,
where they just give you $100 million in the summer.
Yeah. Nah,
Joan Laporta, the president of Barcelona, he's like, yeah, we're gonna do a financial takeover.
Yeah.
And then next week, we're going to do another one. And then in 2 weeks, we're going to do another one. And then before the end of the summer window, we're going to do another one just to register these guys. Then we're going to sell the name of the stadium.
The rebuild is crazy. But then the game is just like, all right, no more financial takeovers. Like, you just don't have to do what you got to do for the season. Hey, man, look, it's fantastic. But I will say, what's the aspirations of the team? La Liga or Champions League? Or
everything.
Do you just do it season by season? What
everything.
Everything? All right.
And that's how it should be for Barcelona every year.
Yeah,
you know, that's how it was for a long time. And I think that's what they poured all this cash in. Because, Terry, to your point, this is a gigantic financial risk selling these future assets. And they're really hedging their bets that they're going to make it to the semifinals of the Champions League, that they're going to get the money from winning La Liga. Like, if they don't get this money back from advancing like to the final levels of these competitions, they're going to be in trouble next summer.
It's a
like
big
for
risk.
real.
You got to win. I think win La Liga is number one importante. Like you have to win La Liga. Champions League. So you're going to give me a bold prediction and say they're getting out of the group and going to the semis?
Yep. Sure am. I don't think it's that bold. I don't respect Inter Milan that much.
I think Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez got something to say about that, but you know, no big deal. No big deal.
We got Araujo and Kuande now to deal with the blacks. All right, we're not putting Eric Garcia and PK on pigmented players anymore. Those days are over, Terry.
If you're still, relying on your boy Araujo, which is like the dumbest, like I want everybody to listen to me and look at his pronunciation of his name. He spells his last name Araujo. Tell me in what world does that fucking pronounce Araujo or Araujo?
In Spanish.
Get out of
Spanish,
here.
motherfucker.
Spanish is dumb as fuck. That shit is stupid, bro. You gotta be shit.
Oh, man.
Whatever, bro.
Terry, allow me to introduce you to my friend Higuain.
Gonzalo Higuain. But yeah, man. Yeah, all right. Bold prediction from you. Barcelona going to the semifinals. Good luck with that, buddy.
Hey, whoa. I didn't predict all that. I said make it out of the group stage.
No,
I said they need.
You said
I said they're betting that they make it to the semis to get all this money back. That's what their bet is.
So if you put all your money on it, how far you think Barcelona is going in the Champions League?
Wait a minute. You'll have to see who their opponents are. Like if they get drawn fucking Manchester City right out the group stage. Like I'm not saying that they're going to go
now. People don't watch this podcast for you to be like, I got to gauge it by how they go on in the next round. They gauge that shit by if they get out the group, where are they going? Are they going to the semis? Are they making it to the 16? We're getting dropped out in the knockout stages? What's going on? Stop.
They're going right to Shakira's house.
Get the fuck out of here. DK, watch out, homie. They running the trains.
Speaking of which, Terry, U.S. men's national team international Sergino Dest just hopped on a bullet train from Barcelona to Milan. Like we mentioned earlier, he struggled in his time in Spain. But, in Milan, they have a need at outside back. He'll be backing up the captain at right back and Theo Hernandez at left back. He'll kind of be like the first alternate at both positions.
Yeah.
I think there's a real opportunity there for him to play, like with all the qualification that they have and the World Cup coming up, they're going to rotate that squad a lot. He should play like over 50% of the minutes this season. He has a real opportunity here, but as you know, Terry, Serie A is a tactical league. They practice Catenaccio for a long time. You need to understand soccer and not just be athletic and good on the ball. And if you're like caught way out of position up the field in a spot that you're not supposed to be, like he frequently was for Barcelona, or you give the ball up in the build-up play when the rest of the team is up the field, like he frequently did for Barcelona, then it's going to be a fucking problem. But Terry, Put those rose or take those star glasses and tint them up to make them rose colored for America. Please tell me that Sergino Dest is going to light the world on fire in Serie A.
I don't know about lighting the world on fire. I don't think that's happening. Well, he might burn a bush, you know. I think this is the league I would have wanted him to go to when he first left Ajax, you know, because that's a big leap to go from that league in the Netherlands to Spain. That's a huge jump. And I know Barcelona were really bad, you know, when he got there. It still didn't really matter, bro. He was just as bad as they were, you know what I'm saying? And once the team got good, we see exactly what's going on with him. He's gone. I mean, if a 38-year-old Danny Alves is playing more minutes than you, there's a fucking problem going on. Now, his technical skills are there. He's decent on the ball, but the league was just too fast for him, bro. It just was, you know? So hopefully Serie A is a better fit for him. I think it will be. I definitely think it will be.
You know what I honestly think was part of the problem?
What?
Like, at Barcelona, if you don't have a good first touch, they just think you suck. Like, straight up. Like, he really struggled in, like, the rondos and the, like, tight space technical training and all that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. And so then when they got out in the game, like, Messi was like, I'm not even passing you the ball. Why? So you can let it go underneath your foot out of bounds? Like,
yeah. Was he there?
Like, you can't take a – yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Dude, his first touch was so bad at times, you know, he looked like Tyler Adams masquerading out there.
Sometimes.
But for Sergino Dest, the challenge is going to be, like, understanding his limitations, you know, not getting caught too far upfield. Honestly, I like him more as a left back, where he's inverted and he cuts more into the middle. And I wonder if we could see him as a, like, Joao Cancelo Man City type of guy, where he, like, drifts in from the left side, gets in the middle, and can kind of make dynamic runs past slower midfield players. Mm-hmm. Doing what's called the underlap, which is being more used than overlaps in English football this year.
It is. I don't know. I hope he does well out there, but I will say when he went to Barcelona, he probably thought he was hot shit. To be honest with you, when he made that move, he probably thought he was hot shit. And when your head is that big, when you get humbled in the snap of a fucking finger, that's going to weigh on your confidence. So I don't think he is what we saw at Barcelona. I think he's more of a combination of, like, mid-level of him at Barcelona and, like, what he was at Ajax. He's not like this trash ass player that everybody thinks he is. He just needs to get his confidence back. Sports in general is about confidence. But, like, if you go somewhere and you think you're the shit and you're not, it does weigh on you. So I get it. But at the end of the day, you're a professional, man. You need to gain that shit back. You're going to get some games in at AC Milan. Serie A is just not as good of a league as La Liga. So you need to get your shit back, bro, because the World Cup's coming up. We don't need you fucking around being all non-confident, you know, playing like shit.
Dude, as a USA fan, I'm so happy this move went down because he was going to, like, not play the whole season, like, straight up for Barcelona. Xavi's like, this guy sucks. I'll play fucking youth players over him. Like, you're done. Seriously. Go hang out with Martin Braithwaite and, like, be on TikTok. And So, like, it's crucial for this World Cup cycle as our starting right back that he gets consistent minutes. Yeah. Because that's what Bear Holters always talk about. You got to have consistent playing time. And we can't have one member of our back four who hasn't played a fucking soccer game in 6 months.
And shout out to Zach Steffen because City moved his ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the coach of USA, you just said his name. I'm sure he talked to Pep. He was like, dog, I need this guy to get some playing time. Because these last couple of games was horrible. And I don't want to replace him with Nat Turner or some 18-year-old kid that no one knows. He's got to get some playing time. So he got a loan to, you know, USA. They got some questions coming up, man.
You know, Terry, I heard that he also talked to Xavi. It wasn't just Pep. He called up Xavi, and he was like, hey, Xavi, this is Greg Berhalter. And Xavi was like, who? And then he was like, Greg Berhalter, you remember me? I used to play for some shitty team in Italy and for the Columbus Crew. And Xavi was like, that's the wrong number. Telemarketer.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Good luck to Dest, man. Seriously. All great energy towards Sergino Dest this year. I want you to be, really good. Get your confidence up, bro.
Yeah. Bold prediction. Sergino Dest ends up being one of America's best players at the World Cup after regaining his form with AC Milan.
I think Ibrahimovic is going to fucking hit him in the face, but, we'll see how it goes.
Hey, you know what he did to the last American they sent to AC Milan? He broke his fucking ribs. Oguchi Onyewu.
Oguchi Onyewu was one of the worst technical soccer players I've ever seen. Defending-wise, he was all right. Athlete, great. But soccer, he was bad at that sport. He's not good at it. He just wasn't. He just kicked the ball. I hate that shit.
Don't ever talk about slow Micah Richards like that. Well, Terry, let's transition from bold predictions in football to bold predictions in football. The NFL is starting this week. We've seen all the preseason games get played. Thursday night, they're going to kick it off. I asked you, give me 3 bold predictions for this NFL season. Why don't we go tit for tat? You give me your first one.
Ooh, first prediction? Should I keep it spicy or should I let it be on the back end? Nah, I'm going to keep it spicy. My first bold prediction for this year's NFL season, Deshaun Watson is going to get in trouble again during his 11-game suspension. Now, I don't know exactly what he's going to do. Yes, sir.
That is a bold one. That is a bold prediction, Terry.
I don't know exactly what he's going to do, but he does not take me for someone that is just going to stay quiet in the house for 11 weeks out of an NFL season. And then they probably got a bye week. So 12 weeks of Deshaun not doing anything? Doubt it, bro. Deshaun Watson is going to get in trouble again, and he might fuck up his NFL future. That's my bold prediction.
Like they said about Kevin Durant, he's not going to sit out. He loves the game too much. Deshaun Watson can't stop. He loves the game too much.
Yeah, man. So everybody in Cleveland,
listen, man, when you do this to 67 women, that's a compulsion. That's like something you can't control. There's no off switch where you can just be like, oh, yeah, I'll just take all those impulses and learn to deal with them in a healthy manner over the summer. That's a bold prediction, Terry. It's a wild one, but it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Look, I'm just saying, all massage parlors, look out for a guy that's 6'2" with a scraggly beard that weighs around 200 pounds. His name is Deshaun, and he's coming to get you. Close the doors. Don't let him inside. It's done. No more private sessions either. Everything done.
No, everything's in a group setting with the whole team around. Our massages are going to look like a press conference in front of the White House.
Bro.
We're going to have massage correspondents there just to make sure everything's above board, reporting what's happening to the NFL Network straight to Ian Rappaport.
Oh, you have to. You got to do something. Or either you're going to have to put the shit on OnlyFans, make it spicy.
Hey, speaking of which, I knew Deshaun was in trouble and I saw that video of him getting dunked on by Mia Khalifa. Oh. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that was years ago, though. But yeah, I saw it. I
was like, uh-oh.
She's a clout chaser. That woman is a clout chaser. Because she was trying to get him in trouble like years ago. And Jameis Winston as well. So
And my thing is, he could have clearly taken a charge.
Yeah, man. So that's my number one, bro. What's your number one, brother? What you got over there?
I'm starting to feel afraid that this is not going to be the uplifting segment that we thought it was.
Look, man.
In fact, I know it's not going to be for you. Because my prediction is the Bears are going to be the worst team in the NFL next season.
Wow. You know what? I don't even think that's bold, bro. It's really not. Because I had the same shit. I had a multitude of predictions, and that was one of them. I said they're going winless. No wins at all. And Justin Fields quits the NFL. No, I'm just playing. I got them being really bad. They're going to suck, so I agree with you on that one.
You know how preseason doesn't matter for anything, but people just be getting so excited. In Chicago, they're like, Justin Fields went 14 for 16 in their preseason finale.
Look, the preseason is weird. Is he definitely better than backups and shit? Yeah, he's better than backups. But
he's the best player on the team as a fucking sophomore. That's the problem, Terry. Yeah. This team has a bottom 5 offensive line, a bottom 5 wide receiver group, and a bottom 5 defense.
Yeah.
What the hell do you expect this kid to do besides run for his life? I hope that they hired your boy as the quarterback coach so he could learn to take snaps running backwards. Who is Jay Cutler?
Oh, God. My boy used to drop back like the 1960s. I was like, why did he drop back like that? Yeah, whatever. No big deal. No big deal.
So that's my bold prediction, Terry. I know it's going to hurt your heart, but I think the Bears could be the absolute worst team in the NFL this year. It's not too late to come on over and become an Atlanta Falcons fan, man. We still have room on the bandwagon for you.
I'm not going to do that. You know, considering they haven't won a Super Bowl either, you know, in our lifetime. And we're 30. It's not like we can say that when we were like in our 20s and we were 18. You know, it was fun to say that. But now I'm 30 years old and I'm sitting here like, hold on. We got no Super Bowl wins? Oh, fuck. It just makes it that much sweeter. You know, being a Chicago Cubs fan, a Knicks fan, and a Bears fan, it's going to make it that much sweeter when we get to chip. Just ask the Cubs in 2016. That shit was awesome. Anyways.
I can't wait for speaking of making things so much sweeter, every defensive end that sacks Justin Fields is going to be like in Chappelle's show in the Lost Tapes. Remember when he pushed a fucking guy in a wheelchair down the steps? He's like, thank you for making this so much sweeter.
Yeah, I saw that one, man. I saw that one. All
right. What's your second bold prediction, Terry?
My second bold prediction, it's going to be a little weird. It's going to be a little opposite of what other people are thinking. I guess that's what makes shit bold. Najee Harris will not rush for more than 900 yards this year. Not happening. It's not even going to come close to it. And he's going to be fully healthy, too. Straight up. I'm predicting that. The Pittsburgh Steelers think they're hot shit just because they're the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right? There is something being called be good. There is something being called make moves in the offseason. There is something called give me offensive linemen that can block. You guys have horrible offensive linemen. You didn't do much at all to fix that shit. You got a Mitchell Trubisky as maybe your starter. This guy fucking sucks. All right? Kenny Pickett, he's a rookie. Okay? He's not Ben Roethlisberger either. So I'm not trying to hear any of this fucking bullshit. This guy, Najee, is going to have a fucking problem this year because his O-line is shit and his quarterback is shit. So good luck, Najee. You're not rushing for more than 900 yards. 876, maybe 500 yards passing. You know, receiving yards, he might get about 5 or 6, but he ain't rushing for shit. It's not happening, bro.
Wow. That is a bold prediction, Terry. You know,
their
offensive line.
Drafting him in the 3rd round of our fantasy, I'm going to be like, I'm done with that shit. No way.
Terry, in my other league, he was the 5th overall pick.
Bro, it's not happening.
Overall, in the 1st round.
It's not happening. You want to talk about bottom five?
I do like the Steelers, though, who went with the Bears plan of developing O-line and quarterbacks. We'll just get quarterbacks who can run away from all the guys who are going to be chasing them through our paper-thin O-line. That's the solution. Let's not get guys who can block. Let's get Mitchell Trubisky and Kenny Pickett who could extend the play a little bit.
Man, good luck, bro. Good luck this year.
That's definitely a bold prediction. I tend to think that he does get it just because of the volume. Like, who else is going to get yards on this team? It's got to be him.
Well, here's the thing about running backs. If you're giving them the ball like 250 carries, you know, upwards of all those type of carries, I don't expect him to be healthy the whole year. I mean, I've always heard this shit before. It's hard to predict an injury, but it seems like it's not that hard these days. It seems like you can just be like, this guy's going to get hurt because he's going to carry the ball 250 times. Like, he's not going to be healthy for all the games. And Pittsburgh is going to be playing from behind because they're going to suck. Hello, that leads to not a lot of rushes for my guy. So
I'm going the other way on this, Terry. I like when I was a Falcons fan and Matt Ryan was drafted in 2008.
Yeah.
Michael Turner, we gave him the ball 375 times on the ground that season.
Jesus Christ.
375 times. We saw seasons where Adrian Peterson, Priest Holmes, like these guys went over 400 carries in a season. Mm-hmm. And now we're going to act like 250 is like some death threshold.
If anything,
the league is less physical now than it was then. Like, these guys are getting hit way less hard in way less more compromising positions. I think he's a true bell cow, and he'll find a way to get 1,000 yards just on them giving them the ball like 28 times a game.
Okay.
But Terry, to your point from my bold prediction, Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers will have their first losing season this year under his stewardship.
Come on, baby. I mean, if they're getting a losing season, you really think Najee's about to run for like 1,500? Like, these people are predicting he's going to win the rushing title this year. Stupid shit like that. He's going to fucking be a top running back in fantasy. Come on, bro. I can't see it, bro. If your team sucks, you're not going to get a lot of production.
Fantasy is one thing. Real life is another. Okay? I care about their ability to win games, not help me win games. And when you look at this team, it's like, yeah, the defense is straight. But you mentioned all those questions about offense. And
you got to get touchdowns, man.
Your wide receivers are not that good. Like, everyone's really high on them, but I think it's just because they play for the Steelers. Like, if they had these same three guys and they had Jacksonville Jaguars uniforms on, everyone would be like, yeah, they got a bunch of guys.
Well, I mean, you got to give them a benefit of the doubt because they're just a way better team. You know what I'm saying? It's a better organization. I mean, like, you have to give them a little bit of a benefit of the doubt.
It is. I just think it's a bridge too far this year. Mitch two butt cheeks coming in, being the starter. How long is that really realistically going to last? Fucking 6 games?
I don't know, man. We'll see. I think
You think Kenny Pickett's going to come in and be the savior behind a 0 O-line with no weapons? Like, no. The Steelers are not going to the playoffs. If they do go to the playoffs, this is going to be like the greatest coaching job of Mike Tomlin's career. And we need to stop saying that Bill Belichick is the best coach of all time and start saying it's Mike Tomlin.
George Pickens, bro. He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
He's all right, bro. Don't get caught up in him blocking nickelbacks when they're not looking at the ball. All right?
All right, buddy. Are you ready for number 3? This is my third.
My last point. Their division's too good. Their division's just too fucking good. Joe Burrow is going to be like, everyone's talking about Super Bowl hangover for this dude. No Super Bowl hangover. He's here. He's real to stay.
Really?
Joe Burrow, now this is not a bold prediction, not one that I had on my list, but he might break the completion percentage record this year set by Drew Brees. Like, that offense last year, they got so many explosive plays over the top. Like, they had so many cover 3, cover 1 defenses. This year, they're about to give them the Tyreek Hill treatment. 2 high safety, cover 2 all the time, cover 4. He's going to be eating up these underneath throws. And then Lamar Jackson puts on 25 pounds of muscle in the offseason, gets another weapon at tight end, gets his wide receiver, Rashad Bateman. Defense, like, way improved. They're going to have an elite defense. And he's in a contract year where he's trying to make more money than a possible rapist. So I feel like just all the stars have aligned for Baltimore for Lamar Jackson to just absolutely go the fuck off. And if Lamar's going off and Joe Burrow is going off, then that means there's no food left for Pittsburgh.
I hope Lamar goes off, but I don't know. They gave away a really good receiver, and everybody keeps talking about this rookie tight end they got. It's like, come on, bro. It's not 1984. Like, 2 tight end fucking looks and shit. Stop it. Anyways, all right. So I get it. That's a good one. That's a good one. You want my third one?
So you're saying Isaiah is not likely to break out this season?
Isaiah? Who the fuck is Isaiah?
Oh, man. It's bad. That's a rookie tight end. Isaiah Likely. It was a mnemonic joke. Yeah, it was a pun. that was a Max Kellerman moment for me right there. I'm sorry, sir.
All right, man. Anyway, so you ready for the third one?
I feel like I should put myself in timeout or something after that. I'm ready for your third one, man. Go ahead.
The third one. I'll do one, and if you don't like it, I'll have the second one on the backup, on the holster, ready for it. Tom Brady is going to be the 3rd best quarterback in his division, and the Bucs are not going to make the playoffs.
You stole my third bold prediction.
Oh, shit. My bad. Well, I'll let you expound on it.
Hey, no. This is perfect. Terry, this is perfect that we both thought like-mindedly. This was my one where I was really going to drop the hammer. So make your case.
Godwin is done. Gronkowski's old as fuck. And I'm pretty sure – didn't he retire?
He's also not on the team. Yeah, he's
okay.
Retired.
My bad. I forgot. I was like, he's gone. Mike Evans has been getting his ass beat for season on season on season. He can barely play. He's always got a red fucking mark on his name every week. I don't know. Game time decision. He's your number one. Godwin's out, like I said. I don't really, Scotty's small,
Terry,
bro.
they brought in the ever dependable Julio Jones. What are you talking about?
He's old as fuck, bro. Stop.
Who played fucking an average of 4 games the last 3 seasons.
Nah, we're not doing that. The weapons just aren't there for your boy Brady. The O-line, they were good for him last year. They were decent for him, but running it back again, and then running it back again, I don't know. 3 run backs, I just don't see it, bro. I don't see it, man. I don't. No Antonio Brown to fuck up everything. No Bruce Arians to be crazy. Fuck up your sideline. Have very aggressive offensive playbook at that. Yeah. I like Byron. I do. I want him to be good, but I just don't see it, man. I really don't. Your boy Brady's done. Wow. Retiring.
Black on black crime, Terry. Jeez Louise, it never ends. But I'm sure if they gave the play calling responsibilities to Tom Brady in the middle of the season, the offense would be top 5. Listen, man, I agree with just about everything you said. Like, I could see this Bucs team falling apart. Yeah. Their center, the guy who calls out all the protections for their team, who's on the same page as Tom Brady every play, who went to the Pro Bowl, Ryan Jensen, is out for the season. They lost their left guard in free agency.
Tough.
Like, that they had the best offensive line in the league the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have serious holes and question marks at center and at guard. Now, what's been his Achilles heel throughout his career, Terry?
Pressure in the pocket. He dances like a tap dancer.
Right through the middle. Not really with the ends, but up through the middle.
Yeah.
Up through the middle. That'll be a problem area for the Bucs. Also, in the words of Max Kellerman, nobody sees the cliff until it's there.
I think Brady's the only person who made the cliff plateau. He's good.
He did, but the cliff is here. You can't go on forever. Max missed it. He was 5 years too early. The cliff is here, and I'm telling you.
It's no cliff.
Think about all the factors that you mentioned this offseason.
Yeah.
All when the previous off seasons, the Bucs had continuity. They had a strong talent base on the roster. Then Tom Brady brings in his guys and his culture from New England.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of those guys that were on the roster aren't there, or they're aging, Ndamukong Suh was, who they let go. Jason Pierre-Paul, who they let go.
Yeah.
They're wide receivers. You're not throwing to 3 number ones anymore, bro. You're throwing to a hurt Chris Godwin, who tore his ACL and Achilles or whatever. You're throwing to Julio Jones, who has not been able to stay on the field in 4 seasons and looks absolutely cooked from the practice footage. Russell Gage, who is currently injured right now and is not practicing. Scotty Miller, who is 5'6" and cannot be anything better than a 4th receiver. And O.J. Howard, their tight end, who they drafted in the top 10, is gone.
Yeah. They got
so the stars have not aligned for Tom Brady. And on top of all that, he's missing 11 days in the middle of training camp to go do some other thing that he won't tell us about.
Cosmetic surgery.
He had what does Tom Brady thrive on? Timing routes and reps with his receivers.
Facts.
None of whom has practiced this entire offseason.
Yeah. And he wanted to go somewhere else, by the way. He retired and wanted to go to the Dolphins. So
yeah.
And everybody knows
he already had 1 foot out the door. So listen, man, everyone's high on them. I know he's the GOAT. I know the talent is there, but I could see things going south in Tampa Bay.
Oh, real quick. South in the NFC South. I like it. This is one of those situations where if I'm a Bucs fan, and I'm at a, Bucs versus Panthers game, I got my Brady jersey on. But underneath that jersey, I got my Baker Mayfield jersey on. And if Tom Brady plays like shit, I'm looking around at the crowd and I'm taking my jersey off and I'm like, let's go Panthers. It's over, bro. The reign is done. I'm sorry, Brady. I'm not saying he's going to fall off a cliff. It's just everything around you is falling apart. It's not on you, bro. So good luck.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. New play caller, new head coach, new offensive line, new group of hurt pass catchers. Yeah. Lost a bunch of your front 7 frontline guys on defense.
Look,
I mean, listen, how good are we really expected Tom Brady to be at fucking 45 years old? Like he's going to play all 22 positions out there for them? Like, come on, man, let's be real.
We've been saying that for 5 years now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he surprised me. Honestly, bro, last year's season surprised me more than when he won the Super Bowl. Like, when he won the Super Bowl, I was like, he looked pretty good. But it wasn't, like, great. Like, last year, he looked really fucking good. I was like, this dude is 44, bro. This is unbelievable. 45, bro? I mean, but so many things you can do to your body, dietary-wise, like stretching and all this shit that he does. Like, it's got to come to an end at some point. With a bad offensive line, I see it.
Hey, this is Tom Brady's last year in the NFL. That was the other shoe to drop on my prediction. This is it. This is the swan song.
Did he say that already, or he didn't say anything?
Nah, he didn't say it.
46 would be insane. This dude, I mean,
this is a wrap. He misses the playoffs. He might get fucking hurt by these incompetent center and guard combo on the left side of the line. Like, if he gets fucking hurt week 6 or something like that by these guys, like,
yeah. I mean,
hey, you know what? Blow out a candle and make a wish. Tom Brady's been a great career.
Here's something they can't say on these big media platforms, but we can. Does he hate his family? Pick up your ball and go home, bro.
No,
how many years
he doesn't hate his family,
playing, man. Huh?
We don't understand, Terry, how much he loves his family. All right? He doesn't just show his sons affection, tell them that he's proud of them, give them hugs, go to their football games. He makes out with those little motherfuckers. He gets in there, okay? He said, hey, bring that ass back. So we know what Tom Brady do around the house, okay?
Give me that kiss. Give me that kiss, boy. Nah, I got you.
Yeah, he was even loving on Antonio Brown when he was living in the house. How do you think they developed that chemistry, Terry? You don't pick up chemistry that quick, Terry, okay?
Nah, that's
they weren't allowed to practice. It was a COVID year, okay? I know what was going on.
That's
in the kitchen flipping frittatas. All right.
Nah, you're right. You went opposite. I like it. I like that one. My other one, when we're done with the predictions, but, we're wrapping up the pod.
You want to give us a bonus one? Last one before we get out of here?
I think Lamar Jackson's holding out until like week 3, week 4, bro.
God, I hope not. I drafted him in the 3rd round of my fantasy team.
Oh, you already did the draft? You already drafted him? I ain't good, bro. Here's the thing about me and fantasy. The season's got to start almost for me to be doing some drafting shit. I'm like, I got to make sure everybody's on the team. Everybody's got to be healthy. These early ones, I be hating that shit, bro. Like, I remember it was one year. I think it was Ricky Williams. And then Ricky Williams retired. And I was like, bro, what the fuck, man? I was so pissed. But, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I just like waiting. I like what we're doing. And we got some people that are good to be coming in our fantasy league. So I'm good with it. But, yeah, Lamar, you got to watch out for Lamar. Because everybody's not paying attention. Like, Deshaun Watson's contract is a combination between 2 teams. It's not just one team paying him. So, like, the Browns have really diluted this fucking thinking of, like, hey, man, Deshaun got 240. I'm going to need at least 241, 242. It ain't happening, Lamar. You're good, but you ain't that good.
Oh, no, he is. Don't disagree. No, I tell you what, the shit starts at 260.
Show me something in the playoffs, bro. Show me something in the playoffs.
No. If I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm going to ownership, and I'm like, when did Deshaun Watson win MVP?
Never.
When did I have 67 allegations or scandals? Or have I been a model citizen since I've been in the NFL? Who's the most marketable player in the entire NFL and the number 1 card in Madden?
Patrick Mahomes.
Lamar Jackson.
Mahomes, baby. Light skin. Come on. Keep it moving.
Hey, but Mahomes, he that passer still. Like, Lamar Jackson, he's just different.
He's different.
He's Michael Vick. He's Michael Vick reborn, bro. If the Ravens think that they're going to be able to get some type of deal on Lamar Jackson, like you're going to be able to exist in a world like Deshaun Watson's contract didn't already happen, I got news for you. Russell Wilson just got $245 million from the goddamn Broncos. All right. And he's like 33 years old. All right. Yeah, Lamar, he's also never won MVP. Lamar Jackson's like 24 years old and has won MVP. Been to the playoffs multiple times. And who's been his best wide receiver?
Exactly. Andrews, a tight end. Hey, look.
Yeah.
I didn't say he's not worth it. I didn't say that. He's definitely worth it. I'm just saying, I don't know if the Ravens are going to give him that much. That's a lot.
Well, guess what,
money.
Baltimore? If you don't, then someone else will, dumbass, because he'll be a free agent at the end of the season. So that's what the number is. You either want him in Baltimore and it starts at 250, 260, or you're going to be happy with him going to the fucking Dolphins next season and having a track meet out there with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Those are your fucking options.
It's going to be a standoff that the century is going to watch for years and years. I think this is going to be a
I think he's just going to ball out and be like, you know what? The number's now 300 million. Like, I won MVP again. Like, what's up?
So you agree with me? You think they're not going to pay him?
No, I think they're going to have if they don't get this deal done now, they'll end up paying him more at the end of the season after he balls out.
If I'm him, I don't know if I play under this contract that's currently constructed. Because if you're him, if they don't want to give it to you, he can hold out essentially the whole year. He's got enough money. Come back next year, get a fat contract from somebody else. He's good. It's the same thing we were saying. Like, I'm not playing for $10 million if I'm worth 50.
I don't think he's getting like more than Deshaun if he sits out a year. Like, you could sit out a year and guarantee yourself $200 million. I do believe that. But if you want to get 250, you want to get 3, you got to play this season and ball out. And
it's risky. It's risky the way he plays. His playing style is risky.
Hey, but his whole career, he's been a risk taker. Like, everyone at every fucking step has told him, switch to wide receiver. This isn't the league for you. 2 years ago, they were telling him, you need to sign a max deal of $150. You'll never get more than $150 million. He could get twice that, Terry.
Yeah.
He's bet on himself at every single turn. I don't see why he's going to stop now.
No, that's why I said
and
hold out.
The last piece of why he's not going to hold out, Terry, is he doesn't have a fucking agent. He's representing himself.
Yeah, we saving that money. Come on now. He's thinking big picture, bro.
Hey, those guys don't ever hold out. They always play.
All right, we'll see, man. I don't want him to play. Also, the Broncos should have never gave him that goddamn contract. Russell Wilson, come on, bro. 245. Stop, bro. He's 33. Come on now. The Seahawks gave him away.
It's 122, Terry. 122 to Russ, 123 to Sierra.
To live in Denver. Here you go, sweetie. Yeah, I don't know. Good luck, Lamar. I hope you get everything you deserve, bro. I'm pro player over here. We need that. We need that money.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Well, Terry, the next time that we'll have an episode out, the NFL season will have already started. A week from now, Thursday night, it's going down. And we'll be here right with you guys to recap what happened on the first night of Thursday Night Football, talk about the season going forward, and kick off the greatest season in American sports, NFL season.
NFL is dope. NFL is really dope. Oh, quick cap on some local things. Watch out for NC State football. They might be in the college football playoffs later this year. They got a sneaky team. They got almost every single player returning from a top nationally ranked team, bro. State's playing ECU tonight or tomorrow night, Saturday. That's going to be a sneaky one. I might pop out there. I might not. Who knows? That's going to be an interesting one, Labor Day weekend. I might go over to ECU, see how it's going out there in G Vegas.
Pull up to your party. I'm with the gang.
Yeah, just look out for State, bro.
Yeah, look out for them missing 14 arm tackles in the first game this season.
You hate college football so much. You hate college sports. You just hate everything college.
I don't like anything that's amateur. Like, if you're not good, why would I watch? The whole point of pro sports is to watch people do things at the highest level that you cannot do or that you cannot fathom doing. I don't want to watch Lee Melchione close out to a corner shooter. I don't fucking care.
That's obscure. You know you like Duke basketball. Don't play like that. I'm just letting the people know. Be on the lookout. Nationally, you know, we got some recurring listeners that come back every now and then. So I'm just letting y'all know. Watch out for NC State football. Top 10, top 5 type shit. They're good. They returned 20 starters. They're about to be beasts.
Damn. They don't have no Ike Ekwonu, though. Hey, and watch out for Kicking It with the HLS pod coming to you guys on Wednesdays. Terry, did you check out the thumbnail I did? Do you like our little logo for that shit?
Yeah, I saw it, bro. I saw it. That shit's funny, man. You the GOAT, bro. You the GOAT.
I'm going to drop it into the intro so it's animated.
True. Oh, yeah. Also, we previewed that we were going to talk about Pogba. We decided to scratch that shit because there's really no more other details that came up. Pogba may have done some dirty shit. He may not have. Yeah. We don't know.
As further details emerge, so will the tip of my dick from my trousers. But because this is the type of news that I really get plugged in for, Terry. But as soon as we know, we'll let y'all know. Okay? Yeah, Until then, keep it locked on www.thehLSpod.com. Now that the transfer window is shut, Terry, I'm going to start writing my article today about this new look Barcelona. What can we expect going forward from the squad and from the front office? Has there been a paradigm shift forever in Spain? And then we also have our Kicking It with the HLS pod coming out Wednesday. I got part 2 of my crossover pod with Kevo coming out Monday. And then Friday, we'll be right with you guys recapping the first game of the NFL season.
Yeah, man. This year coming up, 2 to 3 episodes a week, as our second installment of the HLS podcast, season 2. It's like we're a goddamn movie, dog. We out here moving, baby. I love it. 800 subscribers as well on YouTube. We love it. Like, comment, subscribe on everything. Spotify, Apple Podcasts as well. Appreciate all the listeners, man. North Carolina, continue stand up, bro. Anything else? Yo, you got to get out of here. I'm out here.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.